All right, good morning everyone and welcome to 1MC Westminster. We are here live at the Magic office right along Main Street in downtown Westminster. We are also streaming live on Facebook. If you have any questions for anybody on Facebook, please feel free to drop them in the chat and we will read them out loud to our presenter. Coffee today is normally provided by American Ice Cafe. But we have it today from a secondary provider. In any case, I know we all had a really good time hearing from about community updates at last week's presenters from Graham, and we had Steve.
Hello.
Yeah. Some great things going on in the community. And before we can hear about from today's presenter, Synergy Space, I'm just going to go over what we're all about here at 1 Million Cups. So our mission is to lower the barrier for access to education, resources, and connections for entrepreneurs. Without our pillars, and of course our community here, we can't accomplish this mission. So what are our pillars? We're looking for presentations, not pitches. Connection, not networking. We're for the community, by the community. We really want to get to know you and your business so we can understand the challenges that you face and connect you to all of the great people we have here in our community. Nobody has ownership of 1MC Westminster. Nobody is paid to do 1MC Westminster, and we are radically intentionally inclusive. We're always looking for new people to come in and tell us about what they do, and if you want to help organize, feel free to reach out. So we meet every week, Wednesdays at 9 a.m. We have 2 presenters whenever possible. Presenters, organizations, we ask that they be less than 5 years old and willing to ask for help, because we always end with the question, what can we as a community do to help you? And with that, our organizing team, Graham Dodge, Russ Hammond, Vicki Slinkman, John Wheatman, Tina Thomas, myself, Julia Snepp, and Gabby Rose. And with that, I'll hand it over to our presenter.
Hey. That's fine.
Yep, you're good.
Hi, I'm Emily Runkle. I'm one of the co-founders of Synergy Space. And I just wanted to give a little introduction of kind of what we're all about. And then I'll take questions after. So Synergy Space was founded last August by myself and my colleague and good friend Jen Graham. We're both dancers and dance teachers in the greater Baltimore area. We have been for the last, since we graduated high school years. And we had both been working together previously for about 10 years. And then found out last summer that we were both on the same page with wanting to create a space that was something that we could then grow on and build on, that curated our own teaching philosophies. Jen is a very, very smart person. She currently works for Peabody, or she has worked for Peabody and Johns Hopkins University, as well as HCC and other community colleges. She is now the dance director at Wilson College for their master's program. She, again, has a good 15, 20 years of teaching under her belt. And she also ran a previous dance studio for 13 years, very successfully, might I add. I was a former professional ballet dancer. I retired at 25 and then started teaching after that. In 2019, I co-founded Ballet and Body, which is Carroll County's premier contemporary professional ballet company. And then I also have been teaching, creating ballet programs at different studios for the last 10 years as well. So Synergy Space is a cooperative space for dance and movement educators, artists, students, and advocates. Our mission is to build a collaborative community where educators, practitioners, and artists support and advocate for each other and for their students, where reciprocal mentorship and personal growth is central, and where health and well-being is a key component of our artistic and embodied development. What that means is Synergy Space, we specifically did not put the word dance in our company name because we didn't want it to be thought of as just a dance studio. There's nothing wrong with being a dance studio, we just had the vision of being a little bit bigger as far as what we were incorporating and what we would like to eventually grow into. So it is a cooperative space, meaning that there are several different collaborators, teachers, and dance companies that use the space, working together synergistically, so that everybody is sort of on the same track but able to run their own programs the way that they best see fit, and then encourage each other as we we come from different areas, we're focusing on different things. And we put health and well-being at the center of sort of our values too. So Synergy Space is the home to Ballet and Body, which is the professional ballet company, Ballet and Body Academy, which is the training program that is the affiliate of that professional ballet company that I run. Synergy Comp is the new competition team specifically for dancers who train at Synergy, who are under the age of 18 and would like to take their work to competitions, whether they are solo artists or they want to be part of a dance group. I should also add just various Synergy dance programs. So the programs you might find typical of the dance studio, your jazz classes, your ballet classes, modern classes, we organize and run those programs as well. And then Jen's also is running a program called Momentum Movement Education. She is a certified movement analyst, and she does that as well. We also have a couple other companies and artists that sometimes rent our space in order to work on upcoming dance projects, dance performances. So this is a little bit long here, but basically I'll try and kind of sum it up. If you want to read it more, you absolutely can. We like to really emphasize the fact that just like we're trying to synergize different aspects of the dance and movement world, we're trying to synergize different dance companies and dance programs. We also can think of two cords of a rope when it comes to arts and science being sort of the backbones of our philosophy. So science is something that keeps our bodies safe as we learn more and more about how to be able to dance properly, how to move properly and things like that. Trying to incorporate as much scientific research as we can into our dance programs so that our dancers have longevity. And then we're going to combine that with art. We believe that dance is more than just a sport. It is an art form. It's able to really allow people to look deeply at internal and external factors that might have influence on how they move and how they think and how they create. And dance and movement, I'll get back to that, they're just best, they give the best results when the two things are being, they have like a backbone of art and science behind them. So we have, you'll see the word movement in there a little bit. That is for people who maybe don't necessarily think they're dancers. They might be somebody looking for a dance class but don't consider themselves to be dancers. It might be somebody that's coming in for movement, the certified movement analyst. Just to be able to move better, we have people that come in and take programs and private lessons who are doing it for fun, who are doing it because they're in an office all day long and need a little bit of physical relief. And we're also located next to a gym, so we have a partnership with them as well. And just trying to get people involved. You don't have to be a dancer to be a part of Synergy. You can simply be somebody who is interested in art or movement. Synergy Space, like I mentioned, we are also a space for artists. So we would like to, in addition to some of these project-based companies that we have now, as well as our resident Ballet and Body, we'd like to continue to promote and add and work with additional dance companies and choreographers and artists who want to use our space for support, for rehearsal space, rehearsal time, for dancers to join their projects. And that is something that we are open to if anyone is interested. We also want to celebrate each other's differences. So we want, we love the idea of these, like a ballet company and a modern company rehearsing in the same space. Essentially being friends with each other and cheering each other on in a not competitive way, enjoying the differences between, for instance, ballet and modern dance. So the last part was, how can you help us? How can you become a part of Synergy? And that is basically if you are interested in if you have a business, I think, that could somehow be synergized into Synergy. So you are maybe a physical therapist, a personal trainer, you're a choreographer, anything in the visual and performing arts. If you see a way that might fit into our program, you can let us know. We also are we're converting another room this year. After 1 year, we're converting another room into a dance studio, so we are growing. We're doubling in size this fall, and we assume that in the next 2 to 4 years, we're going to be needing our own brick and mortar place. That will be probably the size of a small performing arts center, so we will need some help in making connections, real estate agents and things like that might want to help us with that. Let me see if I have anything else here in my notes as far as that goes.
Do you have a physical location right now?
We do.
Where is that?
We are inside the Gym Westminster.
Oh.
Where they are. So they are located over sort of a part of the Westminster Mall, and we have a studio in there that is solely our space, as well as a student lounge, and we also have our own, like I said, this second room that we're converting. The shout out to the Gym Westminster. They have been incredibly kind and incredibly supportive, and they've made a lot of this possible with the very quick ideas that me and Jen were giving to them last August when we were getting things set up.
Do you have any more minutes?
Let me see.
All right. Well, all right. So, I mean, I just already asked my question, but any other questions here or comments from the group or on Facebook? No comments.
It's a lot, and I hope I explained it well.
Well, so it sounds like you can accommodate any type of dance class or program. And that's the whole point of Synergy Space. So, like my daughter, she's in a program in town. She's only 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So, presumably there would be something there for her at her age, right?
So we actually are, up until this point, we've concentrated on dancers that are a little bit older. Last year it was 11 and up. This year we are adding classes for kids 8 and up. Jen and I, the two founders, really specialize in older dancers, middle school, high school, and
So
collegiate
she
level
might graduate
dancers.
to your
Yes.
program.
Yes, if we don't get something sooner, then yes, would love to have her over.
And do you have referrals from those other studios that accommodate the younger kids that are just mostly like jumping around and having a good time?
I can definitely tell you who I would recommend.
No, I mean, from the have you spoken with them to get referral sources, or do they then become competitive with you at a certain age range?
I think things might become competitive at a certain age range. Again, we're trying to make it a place that can also offer supplemental training. A lot of the times when you if you became really serious about dance at age 13 or 14, sometimes you have studios that sort of lock you into just training there, but some studios are open to cross-training, and we're a place that we don't want to necessarily lock you into us, but we also would love if other people, I have some students from different studios in the Carroll County, Frederick County, and Howard County areas that come train with me for extra valet training. So, yeah.
And how are you currently marketing yourselves right now? Like, how are you getting the word out?
Sure, social media, so much social media. I actually run Synergy's social media as well, which is definitely a full-time job. Just a lot we are a visual art form or performing art form overall, as far as the fact that dance is the majority of what we do. So right now, especially because we are marketing to students, college students, and anyone younger than that, we're doing a ton of social media marketing. Now we have other forms. You may have seen my postcards. I have been running around print ads. We're trying to make sure we cover all our bases. We have sort of the traditional ways of marketing, flyers for upcoming billboard and things like that. But honestly, mostly just social media, and it took a little bit of trial and error. I realized that pictures don't truly, as pretty as they might be, do not truly capture what we're doing. So lots and lots of videos of performances of little snippets of teachers teaching, snippets of what we're working on in class, so that it's not all completely super polished, but there's a little bit of the nitty-gritty daily work inside the space as people take classes and stuff like that.
So do you have like a YouTube channel or?
Just Instagram is pretty much the main way. Our Instagram account, which is Synergy Space _ Synergy Space _ I think is what it is. That thing is popping. Lots and lots of reels, lots of videos.
How often do you have classes in there? Like, is it all day, just in the evenings? Like,
Summer is different. So so during the year we have most of our programs run starting at 3 to 9 is sort of the general thing. Now, this past year, Jen and I, with our private clients, with some of her work as doing movement analysis and also physical therapy, she's able to work in those earlier hours. The professional ballet company works there on the weekends, but generally speaking, during the year, it's those evening dance classes are primarily what we're running. Now we're in the summer session, so dancers take advantage of not being in school. We run what we call intensives. That's a fancy word for dance boot camp, where you're there all day long. You get to add in more. We are currently in the middle of the Ballet and Body Summer Intensive. So the dancers are dancing. They're doing like 6 hours of ballet a day. We're running a triple threat intensive in 2 weeks. And that is meant to cover dance, singing, and acting. That's for students ages 11 and up. And that is great for people who are involved in theater and musicals. It gives them a little bit of each. We have an acting coach and a vocal coach coming in, a special guest. And then the dance part is taught by us. So.
And
Do you, from your classes now, do you feel, what's your, say gross potential, but are you at 70–80% of where you want to be on a class?
Sure. This past year was definitely quiet, a little bit slower. It was our first year, and we also started mid-September, which is a little bit late. So this year, this summer, we have probably grown as far as our typical class size. I would say we've probably tripled in class size, and I expect the same for the fall. We've gotten a lot of interest, especially as dancers sort of got out of their regular yearly routine, had a little bit of more breathing room and time to see what else was around them. I think a lot of people realized, oh, like there's this other dance company right here. We've been so busy during the year. Getting a lot of recognition over the last couple of weeks with people very ready for the fall. So
Now's the time to schedule for the fall, right?
it is. I just made a post this morning. The fall schedule is coming soon. That should be released by the end of next week, as well as additional announcements regarding the additional space and additional faculty members and things like that. So yeah, we are gearing up. It's going to be a wild next 6 weeks as we get ready, because I do think that it'll be it'll be a big growing year. Yeah.
What's yours or Jen's biggest vision of this? Does this grow into like the WeWork of dance, where you've got locations in every city, or is it meant to stay here and be something that you just have as like a lifestyle business?
Sure. I think, as far as I'm concerned, it's meant to stay here. To be very frank, I love the Carroll County area. I would like to get the business a little bit closer to 695. I think maybe out towards Vicksburg. As random as that sounds, there's a lot of space out there. And so I would like something we both would like something a little bit closer to 695. That is because we'd also like to continue to expand and reach collegiate level dancers who, again, want supplemental training, that want training that helps develop their own choreography. They can take dance classes and work on projects that aren't being graded and done for a grade. So yeah, maybe a little bit closer to 695 would be nice. But definitely still, I think Carroll County, especially now that I've had a ballet company here for the last couple of years, there is so much potential for growth in Carroll County. There's so many young people moving out here. There's so much room for the growth of the performing arts. There's already a love for it. I think it's just continuing to educate and give to the community what we have.
And in your mind's eye, what does the ideal space look like that you want to be in? Despite location.
Sure. Jen has this number. her head. The ideal space is, let me take a look at that. I want to say it's at 8,000 to 10,000.
Does
It's
it
a
include
minimum.
like seating areas?
Yes, it would. So it would be a space that at minimum has 2 dance studios, maybe 3, and on top of that, a black box theater. That is one of the most wonderful ways that a company like ourselves can be able to offer a lot of performances without having to go rent another theater every single time. Now, there's still tons of room for those really big performances, but having a black box theater encourages, helps curate, guide, and just give opportunities to those smaller, younger dancers and younger choreographers. So I can't remember exactly the square footage. I want to say it's between like 10, 15,000 square footage, which is big. But my vision is I'm open to also unique spaces. So sounds kind of funny. If there is like an old historic church that we can take, if it has the space, we take the sanctuary, we make it a dance to like a theater kind of thing. I'm open to some unique ideas like that. It does not have to be your stereotypical, dance studio space.
The Lamb Engraving Building, I think they've been trying to find someone to occupy that. I don't know if they have it on the market, but it's an old church,
Okay.
plus an old library, plus an engraving business.
So it's got lots and lots of room. Might want to contact
Okay.
the owners of Lamb Engraving and see what they're thinking. It needs a lot of work,
Okay.
but it's cool. It's old funky
Yeah.
space.
Yeah, I like that. I like the old funky space idea. It doesn't have to be. That's kind of my own preference, but I know
Yeah.
Jen likes that idea
It's
too.
on Main Street too.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other questions for Emily?
No, I just didn't even know that we had a ballet troupe in Westminster.
Neither did I was gonna say.
Because I would love that.
Sure.
I spent the first, from age 7 to 16, ballet wouldn't know it now,
Yeah.
but,
We well, like I said, we were just founded in 2019. Managed to make it and thrive during the pandemic, due to a lot of work and a lot of support by our amazing dancers. But we have 8 professional dancers that work with us part time, and we last year were on Fox 45 Morning News. We were in the Edgar Allan Poe Festival. You'll see a billboard of us here pretty soon, and we have our very own original production of the Maryland Nutcracker. So it's the Nutcracker, but it has everything is a little bit that unique Maryland twist. My business partner Melissa, she is my business partner for the ballet company. She's our managing director. She's coming in a few weeks, I believe, and she'll be able to tell you all about the inner workings of a ballet company.
So do you have public dates that you invite the public in to see these, or do you go to specific locations?
We had productions this past year. We just got done with a weekend run in May over at Carroll Community College. We did a murder mystery ballet. Our very premiere performance was a black box sized production of Edgar Allan Poe stories that were turned into ballets. They've been very Maryland-ish lately. And then like I said, we'll do our Nutcracker. That is again at Carroll in December. So
What is
Good
a
to
black
know.
box mean?
black box, it just means not an entire theater. It usually is actually just painted black, the whole thing. The walls, the stage, the chairs, everything is quite dark. But it's a more intimate setting. Usually black boxes, I would say, sit between 50 and 100. So it's not enormous amounts of seats, but that's kind of the point. You want the audience to feel like they're almost involved with you. They're not just like spectators from far away. But the stage size is
Up close
usually
and personal.
very, very up close sometimes. Yeah.
Do you have any intentions of broadening your, I can't think of the words, of your advertising, getting it out there besides for just Instagram? Because as my kids say, like Facebook's for the old fogies.
Yeah, we're on Facebook as well. We have our email subscriber list, which is where we send all of our big announcements first. Go subscribe to our email list. We're on Facebook as well.
And the kids still use Instagram, I think.
Oh, well, they use
And
that. They don't
Snapchat.
use, but I don't use that. 'Cause that's where I'm, they're like, Facebook is so just so you're
Old people.
just
Yeah.
for old
No,
people,
we're on
you can't do
Facebook.
that. So I'm like, I don't have Instagram.
Do you have
We're on
any-
Facebook.
Is there any connection to McDaniel College? You're talking about collegiate level dance. Do they not have anything like that?
They don't have anything like that at McDaniel, as far as I know. A lot of our, some of our dancers that come to classes are from Towson, Johns Hopkins dance program, things like that.
Any other questions, Marilyn?
We have one comment on Facebook from Ed Danatel from Atlas Premier Realty. He said, I think it's great what you're doing. I have 2 daughters, age 11 and 9, and they dance for NCR. They've been doing it since they were 2, and it's been great for them.
Okay.
I'm a local real estate agent and would love to meet with you and discuss further what your vision is for your future location.
Great, wonderful. And I have several students who are over there as well. They come to me for supplemental training, so I'm pretty familiar with that area.
And if you aren't getting any publicity locally, have you ever been written up in the Carroll County Times and featured?
I have contacted them several times, but I've
Okay, well, that's something that we can help you with.
Okay,
Magic,
great.
We do have some good press connections
Okay,
and media
great.
contacts. And if you ever want to do a press release, let us know, because we have like a newswire service that we can
Okay.
circulate. for
That,
free.
I mean, that was part of the reason why Valiant Body got involved in the Chamber of Commerce, was because we realized, I will be the first to say, I don't live in Carroll County, so it has been a challenge the last couple of years to really get, my teeth in.
Well, that's right there. That's why you're not getting a lot
Yes.
of.
That also is why
Yeah.
we're making so many efforts. It's why we found Gabby found us, I'm sure, making a much bigger effort now that we've sort of got how things run under our belt. The operation side of things is going smooth. Now we're really working on connecting with the Westminster community. For Valiant Body, I don't want to talk too much about them, but we're doing a library performance here in September. So just trying to get our name out more, and same with Synergy as well. But since Synergy is not necessarily a performance, it's not like a group that goes around performing, we won't be able to offer as many of those right off the bat here. And that's why we're trying to get connections.
Well, it seems like your differentiator is that you have all this professional experience and academic experience. Like as I'm thinking it through, like for my own daughter who does have an interest in ballet and has been taking classes over at Jump Move Dance. When she's old enough, I would love to see her transition if she still wants to do it.
We have a Nutcracker
to your
coming up,
program,
and
so.
we are offering supporting casts
Yeah.
for dancers ages 8 and up too. So that's another way we wanted to expand that age range a little bit. If they'd like to be in an official Nutcracker, we have one coming up.
Great.
Yeah, that will run in Synergy. That'll rehearse there at that space. So.
Any other questions or comments? All right. Well, let's give Emily a round of applause.
All right, do we have anyone with a community update they would like to share?
It's July. It's tough to
Yeah.
do the updates.
Do we want to, we can just, at Magic, we are going to be looking for volunteers, a lot of volunteers soon to help with our renovation and cleanup of the old Kips Auto space. Speaking of big, funky spaces in town, historic spaces. So, we're going to need help getting the word out about that.
Any ideas when you might do that?
Well, we can start relatively soon in terms of cleanup.
Yeah,
People with power washers, would be
have-
helpful.
we have an electrician that's gonna walk through the space to make sure that everything is safe.
Right.
And then I think once we get the okay from our professionals, we're gonna start scheduling some demo time. It's gonna be a lot of, paint scraping, a lot of, ceiling repair. We've got some spots in the ceiling that need to be repaired. And then a lot of power washing. So, and maybe if you have some summer construction experience, that's something that we could use for. 'Cause there's some walls that need to kind of be rebuilt and added on to. So if you have some framing experience, working with drywall, that would be helpful.
And
What's
we-
the plan for that space?
So we are turning it into an autonomous robotics innovation center, or ARIC for short. as a project-based learning facility to teach autonomous connected robotics.
How big is this thing?
Yeah.
You don't mind me
What's that? It's 5,600 square feet.
asking. Okay.
But it's a nice open plan because there's no center columns. It's all just wide open. It used to be, for people who don't know this, it's this furniture store across the street. It's the back 2/3 of it, which is like the second floor, and the entrance is from that alley on the back. And it used to be the mechanic shop for the Buick dealership that used to exist right here on Main Street before it was a furniture store. And it's been Kip's Auto for the last, I don't know, 19 years, 20 years or so. So lots of grime that needs to get, blasted away. But we're going to keep it relatively open, and we're going to have like a giant, it will resemble a train garden, and it's this thing called Ducky Town that will have these autonomous robotic cars, and it's all for teaching students about computer vision and autonomous driving and all that kind of stuff. Billy, you're just in time for community updates.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Do you have a community update?
Does anyone else?
I just finished one, so
Yeah,
let me pull up your screen.
sure.
All right. What do you want me to bring up, your Instagram or find your target?
Bring up Instagram's cool.
Instagram.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Billy.
Talk about this.
No.
No.
Go to that last one at the top.
This one.
Yep. So last Sunday we took 80 people to Sky Zone in Simonium, and we raised money to cover everybody. So it was a little insane. I feel like the parents again actually had more fun than the actual kids because the reason why I only got one picture is because at the end of the event I messaged everybody and said, "Hey, everybody send me pictures." They're like, "We don't have any pictures. We're too busy jumping." How do I get? So yeah, this is a small portion of what we had, and then after that picture was taken, 40 people came up we were trying to get in the picture, but we were still in the bounce house and we was this. So, but most of these kids are from the Bishop Garth area, Center Street, Union Street, all of the apartments and stuff over there. They're not involved in any other clubs and stuff like that. So we kind of give them that outlet. So that was the last thing that I just did. The next thing we're going to take them back to Magic Elms. We're renting out the whole entire place and having we have up to a limited amount of people there. So we're just gonna swap Magic Elms. That's gonna be
Magic.
it's a skate ring in Hanover.
Oh.
Yeah, Hanover, PA. It's the same place I did it the last time, but we're gonna go back this time. We're gonna have the Find Your Purpose and have the whole entire building. So that's gonna be cool. Okay, let me back out of that. Talent show. So Friday at the Carroll County Arts Center, we're doing a youth talent show. It's talent from all throughout the Carroll County area. I have one or two kids from Baltimore. They're all 17 and under kids. And so what I did was I went and got sponsors from the local area. So each kid is going to get an award, and each award will have the logo. It'll be the Ting Creativity Award or the Rudolph Girls something award. So there's a Rudolph girl right there. But that's how we're gonna do it. And the Rudolph Girls Bookstore is gonna give a book to go along with every single award. So I try to incorporate everybody that I come and
Yeah.
And that's gonna be pretty awesome. This is my first event with the Art Center since them adding me to the Art Council, which starts in September. So I'm excited about that. So you'll see our logo, our name up on the what's it called, marquee.
Yeah.
Marquee. The only problem is the name's long, so they're trying to abbreviate it, but I don't want it abbreviated on the marquee, so we're trying to figure that out. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else I have.
And since we have someone with a dance studio
Yeah.
here, do you have dancers in the talent show?
Yes,
Okay.
from Project C Dance Studio actually. What studio are you from?
Synergy.
Oh, is that in Sykesville?
No, it's here. It's here in Westminster.
It's in where the gym is over at the mall.
We've been there
cool.
since September.
Yeah, let us know if you
Alright.
want to collab. We have
And then I don't have anything on this one yet, but August 4th we're gonna shut down Main Street from Colonial to Longwell. That makes sense. And we're gonna do a bike ride.
So they did a skateboard thing. It was called Bomb the Hill. Well, we're gonna do Storm the Hill, and it's gonna be a bike ride. And then after we get done bike riding, we're gonna go to City Park and do a cookout, have music, and the kids are gonna continue to ride bikes. So we got 20-some bikes donated from Race Pace, and then I think we're gonna do. We might get some more donated from like the community.
Donate like on loan or
to give us to the kids.
wow.
Yeah. So I went
Race
around.
Pace was just purchased by
By
Trek.
Trek, yeah.
So they have a lot of the used bikes that Trex doesn't sell that
Yeah, like the can
Race
sales
Pace
and
used
stuff.
to sell.
Yeah. So we got we did 20 just to kind of keep it small, but then once I started opening up and saying what we're going to do now, everybody's like, we want to get involved and donate more bikes and more bikes. So I'm not sure I'm going to work that out, but August 4th, it'll be when you see it shut down and a bunch of kids doing wheelies, that's us. That's all I got right now. I met somebody that knows you.
Oh, man.
How was that on Coppermill?
Oh,
And her husband or father? Yeah.
At Donatello, we just talked earlier via Facebook.
So yeah, we just actually connected with them. We're gonna be doing something at their pool at Castle Lake, and we're gonna do a basketball thing at Four Seasons.
Oh, very nice.
So I was like, yeah, well, ask him about me.
There you go. So,
Any questions?
Thank you.
Justin, any updates on your end? All right, is that it?
so
All right, let's wrap it up.
Atina's not here, so
I'll do it.
go ahead, Rick.
I'm not worthy. So how she started with. Thank you for Synergy Space coming and speaking today.
Yeah.
Since Tina Thomas is not here, I'll take her place. Thank you for the Go-Go Juice.
That's right.
The Go-Go Juice. All right. Thank you to Magic, Startup Portal, who else? Genie Birds, American
Well,
Cafe.
yeah, they couldn't do it today because they had to open late.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyways, we appreciate anybody that's right. And we look for speakers in the future. Gabby, are we filled through August?
Through mid-August.
Through mid-August. So the fall is coming up, so you gotta speak. Get ready to speak. So
Belly and body.
Oh, okay, great.
yeah, so get out here, speak. It's good. Hopefully, this is a place that you can get information about your business. We've seen it all year long. So come out if you have an idea, a plan. All you need is a deck, and people can help you get started. So this week was Synergy Space. Next week could be you. So come on out.
All right.